It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning and welcome to the Scootaround Monday Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 23rd day of January, 2023, coming to you from Bedford County, Virginia, Central Virginia area, a couple of days before I leave again. We do have one breaking news story this morning. Test flight for the world's largest plane was completed. And the headlines for today, the regular headlines: Celebrity Ascent Floats Out, Carnival Updates Changes On 9 cruise ships, casino expansion on Five Holland America Ships, Seabourn Cancels some cruises, and Vigor Busy for 2023. That and lots more here at 11 o'clock today. By the way, folks, today's National Pie Day. So by all means, if you don't have any pie in the refrigerator, go out and have some lunch and a piece of pie, or dinner tonight with a piece of pie. I don't care what kind it is. It could be chocolate or lemon or pecan or rhubarb for that matter. Ugh, don't like rhubarb pie. But go have a piece of pie today, folks. If you're listening by the podcast, welcome aboard. You can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from. All the big hitters: TuneIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Pandora, Stitcher, any of them. You just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guy. In case you are listening by the podcast, anytime you might want to hop over and see videos or clips like we'll be using on today's show, there's a link in the description of the podcast so you can access the video link, or the video feed, so you can check out the pictures and clips. All right, before I get to several things this morning, I do have one major announcement for you guys. There will be no show on Thursday. And yes, I know I have stated that this year, when I'm on a cruise, on days that I am going to be in port, the show will be early in the morning. It could be at 7 or 8, probably 8 on most days. However, Thursday is a travel day for me, and it's into a little different set of circumstances because I'm flying this for the first time since last April. I have to drive to Richmond, park my car, and get shuttled over to the Richmond airport. And I have to be there a couple hours early, of course, for a flight that's 11:30 or something. It's pushing noon. So I got to get there about 9:30, which means I got to leave here about 6:30. So that doesn't give me any time to do a show, write a show, produce a show, tape a show, anything. So Thursday, we're just going to leave it off, and maybe I can do some kind of live stream, from the airport or the plane. I don't know yet. I'll play that one by ear. But for the general news show, it's probably not going to happen unless something happens that I can swing it on site, which is possible, but we'll have to wait and see. I got a whole bunch of things to share with you today. I told you I was going to catch up. But before we catch up with a bunch of stuff that I'm behind on, I'll be back in a second.
Do you have a bad back, bad hips, bad knees, or any other mobility issues? Think about Scootaround. For scooters, walkers, wheelchairs, even oxygen needs, delivered right to your cabin. Scootaround for all your mobility needs on your upcoming cruise.
All right, to get us started in catch-up mode, our buddy Nate was on Friday, and he was on the train down there in Florida, going from Fort Lauderdale to Miami, the Brightline train, of course. He had sent me a couple clips that I didn't have a chance to play. I think they're from one or maybe multiple stations on the system there. I'm pretty sure that's Fort Lauderdale Station. And that's going into the dining area. The thing that amazes me about that is how empty it looks. So maybe they're not going full swing yet. All right. I heard from Eli on vacation. I've always called Elizabeth, but she's now using Eli. So, we've talked about her birds. So I got to give you a little backstory before I get to the opals. I've talked about her feeding the birds before. So she got a whole bunch of seed and nuts and put a bunch of food out and then went out to dinner. When she came back from dinner, the birds had eaten all the seeds, and there was one bird on the patio that was highly upset. I guess he hadn't gotten enough. So she has some kind of potted plant, a potted geranium, I think she said. The birds started pulling the leaves and buds and blooms off the geranium and spitting them over the railing, which is the third floor balcony. So Eli says, well, I got to stop this. He's going to kill the plant.
Hang on. What's going on? This guy is pissed off because I'm... Oh, you did not. You did not just do that. Okay, just stop for a minute. Hang on. Get. Oh, my God.
Now, folks, I don't know if you know anything about birds or not, but when that bird looked back at her trying to shoo him off, that was definitely a middle finger look, if you know what I mean, to Elizabeth. I thought that was hysterical. Okay, let's see now. Where am I? I got tickled again on that one. Let's see. All right, hang on for 1 second because my doorbell just rang. All right, so I'm back. I'm not sure if that's the housekeeper or the repairman coming. Hot Air Tom sent us a couple clips and some pictures. So, Hot Air Tom is over there in Africa. So he gets on the plane. I guess that would be the first, which is a clip. So this is Hot Air. Apparently, this is like a private cabin for his seat. So he does show down to his legs here at the end of the clip how much room he has. But I'm wondering, what did he do with Cindy? Did he throw her off the plane or something? Or maybe he left her behind. I'm not sure. So he says, okay, that's great. Great cabin. But no sign of Cindy. So then when I got some pictures as well as the clips, let me see if I can find them. Yeah, here we go. So the first picture, the first picture of the tassels that they gave Hot Air Tom. So when he gets up to do his belly dance, he has to wear those tassels around it. Never mind. But then there's Cindy sitting at dinner there in the Qatar airport, Doha, Qatar airport. So we know at least that he didn't throw her off the plane. Cindy had some pasta, and Hot Air Tom had some lamb stew, a little ice cream for dessert. That was there in the Qatar airport. And Cindy has some, what do you call a cheese and sausage thing, crutege or something like that. It's got a funny word. I never can remember it. Let's see, and then we got Hot Air Tom right after dinner. I think he actually talks on this one.
We got a little video in the Doha, Qatar first class lounge. We flew business class, which doesn't get us in here, but I paid an extra fee. And we have a neat little room that we'll see shortly when we get back. Had a couple beds, bathroom with a shower. We just got done with dinner, and the dining room is coming up. We had a full service bar and some impressive bar there. And we were sitting down at the end there where that circle reflection in the window is.
That was the first class lounge at the Doha, Qatar airport. Schnazzy. All right, so where am I up here? I'm up here now. Okay. So Eli on location, that's Elizabeth on location, sent me a bunch of pictures of the opals that she is peddling. She's working for a very exclusive private opal jeweler. That's all they have is opals. These are the Australian opals. And I know you ladies like this kind of thing. But you can see some of the different opals that Elizabeth is dealing with and some of the jewelry. They actually have tours of people that come into Australia specifically to come to that store. That's why the whole tour comes, is for a visit in this store. So it's quite a gallery. They also have the largest opal in the world on display. And one of these times when we're talking with Eli, we will get her to explain what she has to do to open the store in the morning to get the big puppy on display. All right, there's two other things for you. One, Nanook of the North John decided, oh man, I need to go get to someplace warm. And you'll notice he's in a bar there, a tiki bar, and has a drink sitting there on the table behind him. And he's getting on a boat down there, and I'm not sure what port that is. Of course, the truth of the matter, folks, this is an old guy sitting around in an igloo in Nanook of the North land of Minnesota. It has nothing to do, so he creates pictures. All right, the last thing from Kenneth and Robin before they got off the Carnival Sunrise, it was Robin's birthday. And this is what the room steward did for Robin. That's on the mirror. I know it doesn't show real well, but that's a big happy birthday, Robin, on the room, the mirror in the room in their stateroom, in the stateroom. I thought that was pretty nice. So that gets you caught up, I think, with everything I'm behind on now, or at least most of it. I'll have to go back and check and see what I missed today. Let's see, okay. All right. We'll be back with today's news after a real quick break from one of our network sponsors. All right, folks, the top story today, which is actually a breaking news story. And I don't seem to have the picture, set picture of it. So we're going to go a different route here, folks. This is the world's feet in length and 50 feet in height. 239 feet in length, folks. That's almost the size of a football field. The plane can carry a total payload of 500,000 pounds, and it requires a runway that's 12,000 feet long. The aircraft departed from the Mojave Air and Spaceport and flew approximately 6 hours across southeastern California, reaching a maximum altitude of 22,500 feet. The company says it plans to have its first hypersonic flight and a separation test of the Talon A vehicle in the first half of 2023. The company's CEO, Zachary Crever, said in a release that the plane is closer than ever to its first hypersonic test flight. I mean, my thought, folks, how about some poor guy sleeping under a bridge in, someplace in Southern California, Los Angeles or something, with a little bottle of wine that he's sipping on under the bridge and sees that big thing fly over his head. Hell, he's liable to leave and immigrate back to Mexico or someplace. That just scare you away. Wow, that's some plane. And by the way, the wingspan is the side of a football field, 300 feet. So, wow, unbelievable. All right. The top headline today has to do with Celebrity Cruises, which Royal Caribbean owns, of course, marks a major construction milestone for its upcoming ship, the Celebrity Ascent. The fourth Edge-class ship officially touched the water for the first time at Chantier de l'Antique shipyard in Saint-Nazaire, France on Sunday. This now marks a new phase in the construction project, with most of the exterior work completed. Workers at the yard and contractors will begin to shift their focus on the interior spaces, bringing the Celebrity Ascent to life just in time for delivery at the end of 2023. It's actually scheduled in December. Over the coming months, the Celebrity Ascent will be moored at another location out of the dry dock as work continues. Still to come will be the much important sea trials to ensure the ship is seaworthy. The delivery ceremony will then take place not long after, but just before the maiden voyage. When Celebrity Ascent debuts, the ship will bring all of the innovative features of its sister ships, Celebrity Edge, Celebrity Apex, and Captain Kate's Celebrity Beyond. So congratulations to Celebrity on another new ship. All right, Carnival. This actually carried over 2 different days, folks. Carnival Cruise Line has updated itineraries on 9 ships. Come on, Carnival, with multiple sailings. Carnival Pride, Carnival Spirit, Carnival Legend, Carnival Dream, Carnival Freedom, Carnival Glory, Carnival Sunshine, Carnival Conquest, and Carnival Liberty all have had changes made to their itineraries that were just published. All right, let's try to run through them. Carnival Pride, April 13th, departure from Tampa from 6 to 5:30 p.m. April 7th, 2024, departure from Tampa, 6 to 5 p.m. And from Baltimore on May 26th, April 18th, and September 8th and November 3rd of 2024, and January 12th of 2025, departure time change from 6 to 5 p.m. Carnival Spirit, April 16th, cruise from Miami, and April 16th, 2024, cruise from Seattle, and April 7th, 2024, sailing from Tampa, are changed from 6 to 5 p.m. Carnival Legend from Baltimore, August 13th, September 2nd, and November 5th, all in 2023, as well as January 14th in 2024. Departure time from 6 to 5 p.m. Carnival Dream, cruises departing on October 21st, October 19th of 2024, January 13th of 2024, and November 1st of 2025, will now leave from Galveston at 5 p.m. instead of the usual departure time of 3:30 p.m. Also, the January 13th sailing, the time and port of San Juan, has been adjusted and is now 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Carnival Freedom, the transatlantic cruise sailing on October 23rd, 2023, will depart Barcelona at 7 p.m. instead of the original 5 p.m. departure time. Carnival Glory, the cruise sailing on December 3rd, 2023, will now set sail from New Orleans at 5 p.m. instead of the original scheduled 6 p.m. Carnival Sunshine Cruises sailing from December 4th, 2023, January 15th, 2024, December 2nd, 2024 from Charleston will now have a new departure time of 5 p.m. The 2 December sailings will visit St. Thomas, St. Martin, San Juan, Amber Cove, and Grand Turk. The January 15th, 2024 sailing will visit St. Thomas, St. Martin, St. Kitts, St. Croix, and San Juan. The Carnival Conquest cruise sailing on January 28th, 2024 will depart from Port Miami at 5 p.m. The cruise will also include a stop in Grand Turk instead of the initially scheduled visit to Amber Cove. Thankfully, it doesn't affect my Carnival Conquest cruise. Carnival Liberty cruise from New Orleans on December 1st, 2024 will now set sail at 5 p.m. and visit Grand Cayman, Aruba, Curacao, Cartagena, Colón, and a partial transit of the Panama Canal, Puerto Limon, and Cozumel. It's not clear why Carnival made any of these changes. All right, and I clearly do not want to make this a worrisome thing, folks. But guests on board Royal Caribbean's Brilliance of the Seas were notified over the weekend about a gastrointestinal illness thought to be norovirus virus that has been discovered and was limited to a small number of guests. Norovirus is relatively common on cruise ships and is monitored by the CDC. The letter stated, and I quote, "An abundance of caution, we've implemented enhanced sanitizing procedures on board as recommended by the CDC and public health agencies worldwide. You will likely see some of these activities throughout our sailing as we are taking all steps necessary to maintain our high health standards." The letter also told guests that ship officials had no reason to believe the illnesses would have any impact on the remainder of the cruise. It advised guests about the best precautions to avoid becoming ill and suggested washing hands often and using the free hand sanitizing gels available throughout the ship, particularly after a restroom break and before eating. The last CDC reported case of the stomach bug, and that's basically what norovirus is. Many of us would call it flu. But anyway, the last reported case of a stomach bug on Brilliance of the Seas was in 2004. So this isn't something that happens very often. The ship's next departure from Tampa is set for the 26th on a 4-night sailing to the Bahamas and Key West. All right. Our buddies over at Holland America. Wow, that's a terrible picture. I didn't see that. Let's get rid of that. That's blurry. Sorry about that. That was supposed to be a picture of one of the casinos on a Holland America ship. I should have brought up one of my pictures. More than 140 of the newest slot and video poker machines are being added to 5 Holland America ships, including Girodam, New Amsterdam, Koningsdam, New Statendam, and the Rotterdam. both traditional slots and progressive jackpot slots. I don't know why I was putting a P in that. Slots are being added, as well as the number of video poker machines. Rotterdam, New Statendam, and Koningsdam are also getting a separate non-smoking area of the casino, so more guests can enjoy gameplay in the conditions they prefer. No timeline has been stated for the casino renovations, nor has there been any indication that any of the 5 ships will be removed from service for these upgrades. It's likely that parts of each ship's casino may be temporarily closed to accommodate the work, which could be done while the ships are in port and the full casino is closed anyway. So if you have some temporary closures of parts of the casino, folks, don't panic. Wait a day, and you might be surprised at what you find. All right. I never talk about Seabourn, very rarely. But Seabourn is canceling 5 cruises on board the new Seabourn Venture as the vessel heads to an unscheduled dry dock in April. According to a statement sent to book guests and travel advisors, the recently launched expedition ship needs to undergo repair to its stabilizers. As a result, the letter adds the company made the difficult decision to cancel all voyages set to depart between April 7th and April 30th, 2023. The cruises canceled include an expedition to the Amazon, a transatlantic crossing, and 2 northern itineraries, Northern Europe itineraries. Affected guests will receive full refunds to their original form of payment. The reimbursement includes non-cruise fare purchases. The company added, including flights booked through the Seabourn's Flight Ease Air program, pre- or post-cruise hotels, transfers, shore excursions, onboard amenities, and more. The luxury brand is also offering these passengers a 25% bonus future cruise credit, which will be applied to their Seabourn Club account. According to Seabourn, the credit may be used on any of the company's voyages or expeditions that sail by December 31st of 2023. The company is also reimbursing certain non-refundable unexpected expenses incurred by the guests, such as air change fees. Goodness, sorry about that. Seabourn's first purpose-built expedition ship, the Venture, entered service last July. Delivered by the T. Mariotti shipyard last summer, the 264-guest vessel was designed to recruise to remote and polar areas while offering the company's signature luxury product. After debuting in Northern Europe, the Venture sailed south for its inaugural season in Antarctica, where it's currently in service. I'm wondering, folks, if they ran aground of some ice or something to damage stabilizers. I mean, this is a brand new ship. So, I don't know, folks. Not the best sign in the world. All right. Vigor Shipyard in Portland, Oregon, is looking forward to a busy 2023 schedule. The company already has 4 ships thus far committed to dry dock in 2023, including 2 from Princess, 1 from Holland America, another from Norwegian. 2 are relatively long dry docks. One of them goes in for 3 weeks, said Brian Aiken, Director of Sales. Man, my throat's giving out on me. Some of the ships have been out of service, and the owners recognize they want to incorporate new technology and new mechanical system. The yard has reservations in 2024, 25, and 26, most of which are verbal commitments that Aiken turns into commitment letters guaranteeing dates to cruise customers, balancing the yard's work with the U.S. Navy. Vigor had a very busy 2022 with 6 cruise ship dry docks at the Portland facility, including the late addition to host Carnival America for under 4 weeks for a dry dock in November. Anyway, Vigor had a big year last year. A bigger year is scheduled for this year. And that's a pretty awesome facility that they're developing there in Portland. When I was out there last year on my cruise, one of the Princess ships was in dock there, and the train went right past the dock facility. So really got a good look at it. All right, that's going to wrap up the news portion of today's show. So let's jump over in the chat room and see who is fussing at me today. Maybe now my voice will hold up. Hi, Mike. Kevin's with us. Good morning, Kevin. Carol's here. Dennis is here. Do whoopie pies count for National Pie Day? That's a very good question, and I would say yes. If you have a whoopie pie, you can use that for your National Pie Day edition. Cindy's here. Hi, Cindy. There's Robin. Good morning, Robin. Business first class lounge. Yes, that's what it was. It was a first class lounge. Didn't say business. They traveled in business, but I think he paid extra to get into the first class lounge there in Doha. And Dennis says, yeah, this is first class. It looked first class to me, too. It looked better than any airport I've ever been in. Katie's with us. Good morning, Katie. Cindy says, nice seat, Tom. I had a bulkhead on my flight to Rome and put my feet up in the carry-on for a footrest. Bargain way to have first class. Laugh out loud. Yes, indeed. A lantern celebrating the Lunar New Year. Okay. Crudité. That's it. Crudité. That's what you call these little cheese and sausage plates. Thank you, Dennis. I knew Dennis was here. He'd know what that is. Crudité. My brain doesn't remember things like that very well. As a matter of fact, Amanda threw that out at me one night at dinner, and I said, what the hell is that? Nikki's here. Hi, Nikki. Like the old song says, let's have another cup of coffee and let's have another piece of pie. Good morning, everybody. That's what we can do today. Pie Day. Dual fuselage. Yeah. And they took 2 planes and put them together, or parts of 2 planes, and made that puppy. And it's huge. Can you imagine some guy sitting there looking, things coming over? Wow. Anyway, Cindy says, I'm booked on Ascent in 2025. nice. And a sunset veranda. Can't wait to try Celebrity. Well, he got a little bit of a wait. Norovirus is not a simple flu. I know it's a real virus. The symptoms are quite severe and can lead to organ damage. Ooh, I didn't know that. All because someone decided not to wash their hands. Yep, that's an unfortunate part of it. There's Kenneth. Kenneth is with us also this morning. Are you still cruising? No, they're back home, unfortunately. I can answer that. No, we were back home enjoying the snow and cold. Where is your next cruise? No travel plans yet, given the current global situation, which has halted all travel for him. Sorry about that, Dennis. That was first class travel for Tom's airplane seat. Yeah, that looked pretty awesome. Joanne is with us. Hi, Joanne. Good to see you again. Cruising tomorrow. Awesome. Keep us posted. Check-in is open for March 9th cruise. It is getting exciting. Nice. Yeah, I got the check-in for my cruise with Kevin this morning. Said it's knocking out. Check in for that one. That just came in today. And Dennis says Tuesday is your cruise day. Yeah, that's a little unusual. My cruise day is not until Saturday, but I'm leaving Thursday. So I will be down in New Orleans there for a couple of days beforehand, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. No, my cruise day is Sunday. Yeah, I'm down. I've got 3 days, 3 nights down there. I sail on the 29th. Cindy says, Katie, where are you off to? My check-in for my March cruise is not available yet. Yeah, well, I got mine this morning for, what's the date on that one? Kind of Kevin's in the audience. He would know that right off the top of his head. I never can remember dates. February 23rd. So I just got I saw an Enchantment of the Seas out of Baltimore. So I just got the check-in notice this morning. So we'll be doing this little check-in there. So anyway, that's, if we haven't had any more comments. Chillie, who are you going to Willie Mae's with for lunch in NOLA? Don't know yet. I may just Uber out to it. I don't know. I'm going to play that one kind of by ear, Dennis. I definitely want to go get the fried chicken. So probably by the time I get through the airport and everything on Thursday, it'll be too late. So I'll probably do that lunch on Friday. Is what I'm thinking at this time. I'll cruise to Barcelona transatlantic is Katie's upcoming cruise. So, all right, folks. Sounds like my voice is getting a little hoarse. I hope I don't go through that crap with my throat again. That was just a lot of talking here this morning. So that's going to wrap me up for today, guys. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. So later, y'all. I see everybody back here tomorrow. Have a great day, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie Cruises.